All right, so new episode. This is something I just wanted to bring to YouTube, and again, my name is Brian, and for people that don't know, this is my 2019 Q50S Signature Edition rear-wheel drive. Love my car, love my car. It's awesome. I love it every day, and probably love it even more than the first day I got it. But with that said, in my last video, I showed the tire wear and the camber being off, and I think it's negative camber. Yeah, negative camber by a fair amount. So set from the factory. So what I am thinking, and why I'm bringing you this video today, is that I may do something really crazy, knucklehead, and try to adjust that myself. I mean, I just love doing things on my car myself, and obviously I've got a good set of tools. I got a floor jack, I got all the available means. I mean, it's not as precision, a tool that I have to, hook this up on a machine with lasers and things, but I am going to attempt, or at least I think I'm going to attempt, adjusting my camber myself and putting that out more towards a, either depending on how much I can do that. I've looked on YouTube. YouTube is a great tool. I encourage other people to look at YouTube when they want to do some things instead of going and paying somebody initially. All I need is the camber adjustment, and just to take that maybe out of the negative and push that a little bit more towards the zero, or maybe just a little minor, just a small amount of negative camber, because I think I've got a lot more than that right now. But I am going to put my floor jack under there. I looked at the YouTube video, and I'm going to make the adjustment myself. And I'm going to use a ruler and a hard metal edged, big ruler that I have, and I'm going to use my my level right here and just ballpark it, and then from there on I can just monitor the wear on my tire and find out if I made a good change, or plus this here, with the bubble levels, and fix this myself instead of going and paying $150, to someone to get that done. I mean, if I was doing a four-wheel alignment, and I needed it really precision done, yes, I got to pay, got to go have someone with with the right proper equipment to do it. But in my situation, I think I can take care of this myself. If I can't, I can always take it in to somebody and have them fix my problems or my error that I made, but I think I can fix this. So bear with me, and I'm going to get into the video a little bit later this evening. This is just a warm-up, and then we'll see if this is successful or not, and if someone else can do this as easily as I'm thinking that I can. Okay? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put this here, my large metal ruler, and it basically fits almost rim to rim, or wheel edge to wheel edge, pretty close. And then I'm just going to take my bubble level and put that there, and then look right here at this top one. There's a little groove here in my level, and so it fits just perfectly into that little groove, and so it's just right on that outer edge of that line, so it's not centered. So that's my baseline, and I'm just going to check the other side, and it's probably hopefully exactly the same. Looks like this right here is the camber adjustment, to the best of my knowledge. Yeah, so it's got a little scale on here, and it looks like it's in the centermost position. Well, it's actually looks like it's a little past the center, so obviously this maybe looks like this is wish it was had a negative and a plus, but it kind of looks like this is towards the negative that direction and the positive spinning it that direction. So loosen this nut on the back side, and then within this small range of adjustments right here, so it is limited, with the degrees that you can turn it in and out, but but then I can lower the car once I try to move this probably over here in this other direction, lower the car and then take that measurement again with the bubble, with my ruler and my level, and see if it changed it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm probably not going to record just the part of me adjusting this here, just for time's sake. Okay, thanks. Also, I just noticed this, it was a really good view with this light under here. Can you see the tread wear difference between, I was just driving it today, and the basically the wear is happening right here. All this is not being used, and then over here, the tread is about, where it's contacting the ground, is about right there. Obviously with the tires, when I ran the tires last week or the week before, I did air these down to 30, and now they're up to about 34 PSI. So the tire pressure was down a little bit, and you can see where some of the wear happened all the way over to the edge. But now with the 35 back in there, 34, 35, but you can see there's a lot more tread over here to my right of the camera that's not being used. So this tire needs to swing in on the bottom and out on the top. So it needs to turn that way. So it needs to get some positive camber put in there. So just wanted to illustrate this right here. Obviously it's a pretty big difference between over here and over here. So we want to have more tread wear over here, probably about right in this area. So that'll be my gauge. When I do this adjustment and I go drive it the next couple of days, I will see that this worn pattern is way more over here to this side. So just wanted to bring that portion here in the video. All right, I'm back after much debating. Hopefully my mic is working. I'm always probably going to say that. A lot of road noise. Hopefully this muffles out some of that road noise. But after much debate, I got under there, 3 or 4 days ago and looked at the rear end or the suspension arms, and I thought I could do it, and I talked myself out of it. And then just these last couple of days, I can take it into the dealership at all, if I screw things up and get it done right, if I screw it up too bad. But I think I can manage pretty well as long as it's not a four-wheel alignment. That I would struggle, of course, doing that. I have bubble gauges and rulers and things that I think I can knock this out fairly well. And let me just point out, I'm going to try to adjust, get rid of some of this negative camber. And in the process of doing that with the suspension linkage, when you adjust one bar, you are going to adjust the other one, because they're linked in a way that when you change one, you're going to alter the other one just by a little bit. So that kind of adds to this equation of making this a little more difficult. But I think I can manage to get the rear wheel straight through a technique that I might show here. It may be a flop, it may work awesome, it may be, it may be perfect. I just need to get rid of some of that negative camber and pull it out so that my wider wheels, even these are showing a little bit more sign on the inside versus the outside. So I just think it'll be really, really beneficial. And also too, also considering going to Stillen has some linkage pieces, some adjustable 3-piece linkage kit that comes, and so you can get fully adjustability. And in the end, I might have to do that if I can't get enough movement out of the factory suspension components. So yeah, I just want to touch base with you on that. I'm jumping back into it and gonna probably give this a shot. I'm gonna have to use my impact wrenches that or impact gun that I inherited from my friend that passed away. So I got some really nice H&R impact guns and things, so that I'm going to help me break loose some of these bolts. So yeah, just be along here for the journey. So other than that, stay tuned and we'll get to it just right here. Okay, here we go. Fun. This is going to be my little makeshift measuring device. I'm not real sure how close this camera focuses up to objects, but I just got a straight edge right there, and then I've gotten all my nuts and bolts in the back underneath. Let me transition down to here. Okay, like I said, I could really screw this up, but you know, it's kind of fun doing it. Like I said, I can always get bailed out. If I can't do it very well. But there's a bolt on the back side here that you undo. Here's an adjuster that moves this moves the camber in and out by not a whole lot each way. And then let me make sure I've got this right. And this is your toe. But when you adjust this, it looks like, because of the torque brace right there, when you just adjust this alone, you skew the toe. So you got to adjust the toe. So this is why I'm using the ruler, the straight edge, up against the brake rotor to monitor that, because I don't have a a laser table or really cool alignment feature. So yeah, so I'm going to on the back side of this toe adjustment arm, make sure I'm saying this right. The toe, there is a bolt, a nut that you loosened, and then you've got some adjustment here, just like this one. But we'll see how it goes. I'll update you as I make some revisions and turn, play with this a little bit and see how it works, and then we'll get on from there. It looks like I got this side all done. We'll just have to put the tire on. Put my 285 wheels and tire, 10-inch wide wheels and 285 width tires. Put those back on and let the suspension settle. I think I got it about right, just kind of estimating. And then what I'm going to do is just go driving around and watch the wear pattern on the tire. It's really, really easy to do, and it's very clear to see, where the concrete's touching the tire and rubbing in on the tire. I'll clean it off with a rag, go drive around. Shouldn't have a problem. So kind of a ghetto way of doing this, but like I said, if I don't feel good about it, and the tire starts wearing funny, I'll keep a close eye on it. Then I can always take it in to Infiniti. They quoted me today $149, $150, and so get back that up with an actual wheel alignment, 4-wheel alignment if it needs it. So it's good to try this and see if I can learning experience and see what I can do and save money, because it's always cool to save money and then spend it on something else. This video portion, you can see I've done the toe and the camber adjustment to try to get it as best as I could. The tire really appears to be rolling now on the center portion of the tire, and it's obviously a lot more wear, a tire imprint or concrete imprint, excuse me, over here on this side all the way to the edge of the tread, versus over here where it goes all the way to the edge of the tread. So I think some excellent progress, and went pretty well, and it was pretty easy to do. So kind of intimidating to do yourself if you haven't done this before. Like myself, I have never done anything with the suspension or trying to adjust at least the rear alignment. Yeah, so there you go. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up now, and everything seemed to be a success. I drove around like I showed the tire wear. It's going to need more long-term testing, to make sure at least I got the toe right, because when you change the camber, you alter the toe, and so the toe is going to be an important aspect because I don't have a machine to do that. So things you'll need, I mean, you're gonna need jack stands. Obviously, it'd be awesome if I had a car lift, and it makes things so much more difficult being on the ground with a floor jack and working under the car. But jack stands, you know, a couple of those. You're definitely going to want something longer, a breaker bar. This is awesome. I love this tool. It's super heavy duty, and it's a Pittsburgh, and it was like 20 bucks, 19 bucks. I mean, this will last my lifetime. Some other things, like I said, I have a lot of tools myself already, but I inherited, inherited when my friend passed away, and he was a pro mechanic, years and years ago. So all his stuff is Snap-on. So I collected as much as I could when, you know, the beneficiary of his estate was like, man, grab as many tools as you can and, you know, just take them. And so I took as many as I could carry, and there were still a lot left. So I missed a lot, but, you know, no need to be greedy. But I got like this Snap-on wrench here. Obviously I had these. You're gonna need, you know, a 1/4 inch and a 1/2 inch. And you're also going to need, some spanner wrenches. I think that's what these are called. 17, 18, 19, and you're going to need sockets like 17, 18, 19, and a 21, if I recall correctly. So you're going to need a whole bunch of things, and if you're going to do this yourself, like a little bubble level, so you can take some measurements. And I found this helpful too, so that I could run that up against my brake rotor from the change, and I could measure it on both sides so that I could tell that I tried to not shift the toe from the factory toe that the car was set up with. I probably changed that a little bit, you know, and in the end I may have to seek professional help to fix that, but it looks pretty good right now. So let me see if there's anything else that I need. Yeah, and there's a torque wrench, you know. Let me grab my torque wrench. I have a few torque wrenches, but I got this Snap-on too, so that's pretty cool. I mean, I mentioned that in other videos, so you're gonna need that, and, you know, torque your wheels down. And I still didn't find out what my torques of all the bolts were underneath, and so I need to find that out. But I tightened them up pretty tight because they were pretty hard to get off, especially in that limited space where you don't have very much to put your weight into it. You're kind of up against yourself trying to wrench. So. So total success, and I didn't find anything online trying to figure some of this stuff out myself. So this might be very helpful to some, and it may not. So I just didn't know if changing camber was going to affect toe, and I looked underneath the car, and it looked like it was, but I wasn't guaranteed. And so it's helpful to have somebody say, yeah, when you mess with camber, you're gonna mess with the toe. At least on the rear end. So I think that's everything. So I'm pretty happy with how it went. If you liked my content, found it enjoyable or entertaining, like and subscribe. I just do this for fun. So I'll catch you on the next video, and have a good day and a good evening.